Okay, we're back. Yeah, just mine it. Feather worker. And there we go. Anything specific? No, it's just clockwork stuff. There we go, okay. Yeah, there is a crime problem here, so I do need to build something to help out with that. The problem is that the guardhouse is the only viable option. Oh, great. Build a causeway as well. Not even going to build the pub. That's not going to solve my problem. Noria is a good idea, though. Distillery, windmill, terrace. Shotgun road. Any interesting disease-increasing buildings? Water throw. The dungeon. But I don't want to build that. I don't feel the need to build a dungeon. Yeah, disease is easy to keep down. Crime is a bit more difficult to deal with. But it's no real big deal. Once again, I feel the need to check every city. I don't feel the need to bother to check the more northern cities. No. Just want to make sure. No, okay. Oh, look! Hati is researching writing. How adorable. Just took a moment, but yeah. City. Okay, you're missing the chariot workshop and a bit of other stuff. I had a sneeze. Twice. Okay, so we do need the officium. Do I have a tax collector? No? Okay. Alright. That's probably alright. Yeah, as for this little Civ interface, I don't think I've ever mentioned it. There's a lot of extra stuff here that normally doesn't appear inside of a Civ game. But the normal bits are, well, I think that's normally supposed to be the leader name, not the country name, but Square is also here. The change is not normal. It's part of the expanded interface. I believe it's called bug. Yeah, I think it's better user graphics. I think that's what it's called. What the acronym stands for. But yes. Also normal is this tech appearance if you can get enough espionage on the other civs. As well as this trade icon, which means that it is possible to have trade with this civ. There's also another icon that appears that you have an open borders, and yet another one that happens if you happen to have a defensive pact. The religion of each civ is also a normal thing to have visible. Okay, so what are we missing? Forge. Foundry. Basically, if it takes more than 4 turns to get a production, foundry. Okay, so 6 and 20 turns. Technically, this is better. It's enough for me to build that before the foundry. But the treadmill crane. Also better. Neat. And then there's also the apprentice workshop, which is actually not quite as efficient, but so efficient that I might as well build it right after the foundry. The 6 production is from all specialists that have production buffs. Lumber mill. Deer camp. And yeah. The islands are nice and convenient. Because if it can build a building, build it. If it can't, well, it's not like it can reach any of the other cities. Not yet. Gotta wait until later. I mean, in theory, I could have a series of transports handle it, but why bother with that? There's not enough of a reason to do that. Not really. Ooh, horse herd. Neat. Means I can build the charioteers off it. Chariot workshop. Charioteer? Yeah, that's probably it. Buildings. No. mine. $5,000 gold, that's 2 turns. Way, way quicker than rebuilding the forge. Or the foundry, if it's gotten to that point yet. Ooh! Yes. Falconry School. Build it wherever possible. And instantly too, with the right reward unit. Seventh quarters, gondola canals. Anything else reasonable in the way of production? Waterproof cement. Only one of my cities can build it, and I definitely want to ensure that that gets built in that city. You have 17 water plots though, so a pier is an excellent idea. So I haven't finished that gunsmith yet in any of my cities. Let's make some Salt Grove is a good idea. Salt quarry for more science. Got a rope, because why not? Apiary. Any other science? No. Food. Listing house, Grove Maple, Farmers Market, Castle Drawbridge. Sugarcane plantation, mill, no. Pasta maker, mill. Teach wells. Keep the pub, I guess. Oh wait, I already have the tavern. Might as well build it. Mill and terrace. The falconry school can be saved for later. Nope. $13 in 12 turns. Yep, okay. Causeway. Castle Drawbridge. For even more trade routes and trade route yield. Okay, what else? I am missing the ability to build a building, but what was it? Am I missing the officium? No, doesn't seem to be the case. What did I want to build? Oh yeah, aqueduct. So I can build the gondola canals. That's right. Muscle guard ribbon too. Do you have crime issues? Yes. Okay, fine. Guardhouse it is. And an orphanage. The two put together should be enough to resolve the crime issues. At least for the time being. Down the line might be a bit more difficult. Okay. Oh, the city now has poultry. Right at the source. Okay, Lyceum. Library. Next Academy, Weather Vanes, Seal Maker. We can save the town hall for a bit. Maybe get some of the other basics out of the way. Perhaps food? Yeah, this one only takes like 2 or 3 turns and is, well, per food. And is fairly efficient. I've already built the community garden. Nice. Those should be fine. Scales and locksmith. Harbor Master's office too. Then we can get to some more of the science buildings. Well, actually, a bit weird that the Lyceum isn't available yet. Oh wait, I've already built it, right? Or I'm already in the process of building it. Correct. Okay. I'll leave the rest to wait on the university to come in to play. Elephant, elephant, elephant. Lyceum. Mathematics, weather vanes, library, seal maker. Fisherman's hut, pearl diver, fish traps. Da, da, da. There, that should be good. I'm not going to worry too much about efficiency for stuff that isn't production because, oh, that will take way too long. It's always a lot. There's already a lot of production buildings to build every time I deal with a new city.
The sword is mightier than the pen.
Beringer Crater. Because the explorer found it over... Yep, there it is. Alright, officium completed. Alrighty then. Servants' quarters. Book publisher. Food. Crow's fishmonger. Da, da, da. Community garden. And start going up the list. Oh, Agent Customs is done. Neat. Okay, stone toolmaker is an obvious choice. As is the tannery. Both are pretty close to equally efficient. The ropery is a good one as well. The forge provides +5, so actually the cover provides 5, so it is more efficient than a roper. Chalk gatherer is about the same efficiency. Same with the clay pit. At the very least, it's close enough for me to just sign it off and move on. I am going to need the thing next. Yes, the thing. The engineering school. No doubt about it. So. Okay, sheep farm, emporium, city council, naval shipping warehouse. So, Lalibela, do you have a crime problem? No? Okay. There really shouldn't be negative consequences to that one. I'll move along gap. No? Herding duck can wait. I do need an officiant though. Truck gatherer out of the way. Okay. Ship carver. Sure. Cat breeder. Okay, clay pit and hematite gatherer are just fast enough to outpace the engineering school. Even if it's just barely. Right, the foundry is plus 10. The forge is plus 6. So it's more efficient to build the surveyor's office first. In fact, actually under any circumstances, better to build the surveyor's office first. Same with a treadmill crane. So maybe because that's how the numbers work out. Surveyor's office, okay, then strong gatherer, tannin maker. Treadmill crane. Foundry. Apprentice workshop. Foundry. I can handle more specifics later. More specific stuff later. Though I'm very much getting used to the algorithm that I need to follow for maxed out efficiency. So I am making improvements in my speed. As long as I don't half remember something and need to undo what I just did. Which happens more often than I would like. Oh, the tile's melons? Okay, fine, it's worth doing that then. The melons are just... I'm not sure if I have melons yet, but if I don't, that can help a bit. Increase some numbers, maybe. It also increases base health. Which isn't that useful right now, but... Well... Admittedly, there aren't very many stats that I can increase right now that are useful. Other than raw science in production. And possibly money to pay for maintenance costs. But yeah, raw science, raw production, and to a lesser extent culture to get more personalities. Definitely have to check the bears. Oh, okay. Neat. There. Yeah, it seems like there's a veritable barbarian empire in there. There's the explore button. No production. Road signs. Okay, city needs a sewage system and also access to water, which it apparently lacks. So aqueduct it is. Let me get a few science buildings up. Nothing too complex. Of course. There are limits to what is practical. 56 turns. The roper's good, and that's it. Maybe. Oh wait. I still need to build ancient customs. Okay. That takes priority. So carpenter gives me 4 production, so carpenter actually has priority over ancient customs. And then I need to build the trading post. It's probably the combination, well, maybe not combination, but probably the woodcutter. Lumber mill. Lumber mill. What button did I just click? There. Okay, so I need to quarry the fine clay. It's just 500 from the treasury. It's not much. Okay, there we go. Those 3. Yeah, we're missing deer herds. Oh, so it's a papaya. Wait. Okay, that's a reasonably respectable location for it. Oh boy. City. Sure that there's a city that can't build it. Oh, there we go. Maybe I can get there before the gunsmith finishes. Got some gold from a tribal hut. That's the only explanation for that sound I can think of. So the other sounds are different. Oh, Hadi has 2 cities. Ah, Mercator. Requires radio. Yeah. I am certain that I have more than 2 million people. I have 77% of the world's population, and it's 400 BC. The world's population was not measured in millions at this time. Also, I did found a new city now. Hopefully they'll be able to keep it. But perhaps not effectively. Although, Garrison 2 archers are... Well, I would know. They're difficult to get past. I mean, the Great Merchant doesn't have much to it, does it? Yeah, it's just... Okay, Wall Street and Central Bank. It's gonna be a long time before that happens, so... Okay, Emporium, Naval Shipping Warehouse. Lyceum. Ooh, you do have a crime problem. Okay. Bailiwick. Starfort. And then an orphanage and a gambling den for good measure. Oh, you also need to upgrade to an officium so you can build the thing. Book publisher. That should keep you occupied for a while. The fact of the matter is, since I have 38 cities, assuming none of them are in sync, and each queue ends up taking 38 turns, I still need to handle a city every turn. Which explains why so much of my time is spent handling those. There we go. Speed. Enjoy your extra movement range. 4 movement with no terrain cost. Woo! Okay, Botanic Preserve. That gets me beavers. I'm not sure if I actually have beavers. And there's not much better to put on ice, so... Tin Smelter, City Council. Hack-a-dance. Oh, is your... Oh. Okay. Bailiwick. Castle Gatehouse. Orphanage. I don't need the orphanage. I can just leave that out. Any signs? No. Any further production? No. Though I do want to build the aqueduct here. No, if only I can remember thereabouts. Okay. Should be good. No! Okay. At the very least, it doesn't put a bunch of cities up there. Probably because they aren't particularly accessible. Fine, naval shipping warehouse. Do you have a... Yes. Fine. Right, Bailiwick. Officium. Starfort. Okay, set up a grocer. An auction house. An insurance office. An orphanage. Gambling den. Hopefully that won't be too confusing. Oh, I need to upgrade to an officium as well. You know, let's build a pier first and foremost. Considering the location of the city, yeah. That's quite a bit of water. Oh, I'm already building it. Okay. The officium. Well, good to know. Yep. The formerly Ethiopian cities do seem to have integrated quite well. Just takes time. And advanced technology to massively improve living standards. Pliocene remains. Oh, great. Flintlock next. Oh yeah, the old lock guns. Those used to refer to how they lit the gunpowder.
Any gun in the hands of a bad man is a bad thing. Any gun in the hands of a decent person is no threat to anybody, except bad people.
In theory, in practice, there is something known as misfire, as well as incompetent fools with a gun, and also accuracy issues. Guns are dangerous and should definitely be respected. But yes, the various locks, the matchlock, flintlock in the tech tree, those refer to how the gunpowder was lit. The matchlock is basically a lit match. Surprisingly, compared to the much more often used flintlock, it was much more reliable because you knew it was on fire, and so it could light the gunpowder consistently and easily. Assuming, of course, it wasn't raining. The flintlock was much less reliable, but at least it still kinda worked in the rain. I mean, it still did poorly in the rain, don't get me wrong, but it did much better than the matchlock. A matchlock gun that got even slightly soggy was unusable until it dried. At least the matchlock portion of it. A flintlock gun, well, assuming the gunpowder isn't wet, because wet gunpowder is also fairly unusable. Has no such issues. At least not nearly as much. It would still have problems firing, more so than it would under normal circumstances. But not by as much as you might think. Still fairly effective. Okay, what am I missing? Lyceum's being built. Observatory. Okay, I need an officium. Maybe I can build a Public Council, but that one's for a later thing. Especially since I don't really need to reduce maintenance costs. I can kind of ignore money stuff so long as it isn't a big deal. Okay, but publisher, aqueduct, so I can build the gondola canals. Lighthouse, because coastal city. And some food stuff in order to promote the growth of the city. Because the more population means that I can exploit more tiles, getting me more commerce, which means more science, as well as more production. And even if they can't find a tile to exploit, there's always specialists. Suppress a fire. Plus 15% versus tracked. Yeah, that's not going to be an issue. Tracked aren't going to appear for a long while. But once they do appear, yeah. Tanks are a big deal, but they're well, mostly very far away. In theory, once I have Clockpunk, I can actually build a tank. A Da Vinci tank. Yeah, one of those things. But they're a bit of a ways away anyway. Okay, crime is fine. I can build a star fort if I want to in order to get the castle stuff, but I think for now it might be most helpful to focus on getting culture set up. I don't build that, I have a Colosseum down the line. A train seal is not going to appear. Yeah, it should be a good enough production line for now. Lumber mills are just better. Bad boys are harder to find than exotic herbivores, so. Especially considering what it counts as exotic. I don't know, I don't find a horse to be particularly exotic, so. I mean, equines are obviously different from us, but you're not a worker. I don't know why I assumed such, but... you know what, I'm gonna let you sit there and wait. Down the line I might be able to get the herding dog trainer set up. Well, it's clockpunk stuff. There's nothing I can do to get that yet. At least, to get that any faster. Do you have a crime prop? Sort of. Starfort won't actually help, but... Got a station to get the -5, and then I guess I can build the pub. I'm not sure why I haven't built the orphanage yet. Gambling done for more money. Barricades. Still haven't built that official. Oh, no, I have the book publisher down there. Right. So any additional culture? Palace walls. Circle. No throne room. No, thank you. The increase in maintenance is not really that helpful. You know what? Just build the first 3 buildings. And then I want to set up another city. Might as well go musketman. Okay, dock worker and colonist. Costs a bit more to produce, but double the starting population, extremely helpful. At the very least, the 2 can set up as specialists that increase production. That's at worst. At best, they can pick up 2 plots to work and get things set up faster. Because, you know, more population means twice. Now, technically, 50% more tiles worked because the city tiles always worked. Always. Without requiring a population. Well, the use of a citizen. So. Especially since cities will eventually grow unmanageably big. I mean, for the base game, for unmodded, well, vanilla game, 20 population is already a lot. But we can make it go even higher. Though that might cause some difficulties. I should check on Constantinople's queue as well. I do want to set up a new city. Yeah, we can skip the university for now. Again, why is it so fast here? Okay, Musketman? Colonist. Okay, foundry. Well, actually, resin growth first, then foundry, then smelter. Okay, what is missing from the city? Does not have a natural water source, so that's probably the requirement. That was also missing the sewers too, so... And then the Lyceum can be built. Plant a forest. I can use it for fun stuff down the line. Blood Huntress is hot. Wait, have I built CL Mode Eastern in my capital? Let's fix that. That ensures that I have all 3 cultural traits in the settler unit. Doing a lot of mountain work, so it makes sense to have hill worker. Bit cat enclosure. There we go. Heh. Clockpunk is finished. I can build the clockwork buildings now. Sure, why not? Free sage in every city. Okay, these 3. Now, because they're alt history buildings that require a specific culture, they act a bit like the religious buildings. So, there's gonna be some oddities involved. They can't really be avoided. Okay, the book publisher is being built. Let's transfer. Skip the arena glaze skip the hippodrome, grove, sculptor's workshop, fortune teller, pier, pavilion, that, that, sure, yep, skip. Skip the fountain. There, that should keep you occupied for a long time. I still have to be a bit wary of maintenance costs, but it shouldn't be by that much. One of my cities has got Mesopotamianism now. Already then. Okay, what to build here? I'll take the massive plus 13 to commerce. That's insane. The amount of signs I'd get out of that from that one tile. Plus, as the tile being worked, so I can guarantee that I will get the benefits from building the improvement. Like on this island that Atafu sits on. Honestly, the single islands might as well be named after the cities that sit on them. Like this is Avarua, and Atafu. Fa. And presumably the lands to the south, those different sections, might be one massive Antarctica-like continent.
It is the most sickening sight of the war, this tide of the wounded flowing back.
The fun bit is that the siege weaponry doesn't have an upgrade. I'm probably going to move those to wherever I set up the city. And then have those traipse along, conquering the various barb cities on Neonesia. Hawking Hut or Hawking School. It's incredibly inconsistent. There, okay. Jeez. Don't mind me, just annoyed by that. Prepare to change civics. Perhaps religion. Nope, civics. Okay, I don't really need you seeing inside the city anymore. Just sit there for now. Makes it less likely that I'll forget about you. Completely. Tales of Manta Ray. Okay then. Automaton clock, clockwork workshop, step reckoner manufacturer. Book publisher. There we go. Right. Interesting. Okay, that's quite a bit. Did I click on the fish pens? Yeah, leave the fish pens. It's just one food and a happiness. It's for you. Do you have a crime issue? Yes. Okay, guard. No, not even the guardhouse. Just go straight for the guard station. That should resolve everything for a while. That build the auction house too. Don't pay for the guardhouse. Oh yeah, it'll easily pay for the guardhouse. Suppressive fire. Give me even more withdrawal chance. What is your withdrawal chance anyway? %50 chance. That is fairly high for withdrawal. Swap out the peat bog with the young forest. Eventually I can grow and I can build a lumber mill. Yep. And those are the best buildings. I think I already checked for shell workers. Rockhopper penguin. Yeah, let me get that half a culture in every city. Right, now your job is to finish up the roads and wait for actual city spread to reach those spots. Okay, you're still missing the officium. I spotted it, I think. Yep, there it is. Oh, Castle Drawbridge. here. Luxury furniture workshop. Sure, why not theater? I'll get free artistry at some point. Causeway. I don't trust trade buffs, at least when it comes to production increases. Nor food either. I don't trust it with the food. At least to report it accurately. Okay, Exum is missing its wolf enclosure, so I need to do that the next time I get some sort of fox. Or related. Because I can force the fox dance on. It ensures that there's at least progress towards a great artist within the city. I think I could still kind of need a great prophet. I'm not sure if Tengriism has its wonder. This is inaccurate. There are fortifications that do actually work against gunpowder units, but there's not that many of them. And they tend to be later in the game too. Ooh. It's here. Okay, so it's still only one city, but it looks like they've gone around grabbing various things with fortifications. Yeah, forts and whatnot, in order to obtain more resources. The cities themselves are very spread out as far as I can see, but they are connected by small trails. The barbarians have had plenty of time to build their little pseudo-empire. Plus, they're not hampered by other barbarian units, so of course they'll have an easier time spreading those things around. And civs don't tend to mess with roads. At least the AI doesn't. Yes, no food, no production, no science. Culture it is. Dink, 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 dink. Yeah, sure. Causeway. I do seem to be getting a good distance ahead, though, with that. At least production-wise. I think I might be able to start catching up with the buildings. Finally. Building all the buildings that I want to build. Might be able to finally start catching up. Which is good and bad. It's good because I can really focus on building wonders. It's bad because that means that if I run out of wonders too, well, I think it's easy to surmise what I mean by that being bad. plant a forest here. A proper forest, not a savanna. Wasn't there a barb here a while ago? Perhaps the game hunter managed to take it down without me noticing. Ooh. I mean, the game hunter's still there, so presumably that's what happened. Okay, crime. Guard station, bailiwick. And then some more buildings to help with expenses. I need to be at least partially conscious of my finances. Oh, Persia's researching Zoroastrianism. They finally going to manage to get themselves a religion? Brito Motos. Oh, another great hunter to sit away until I can pick up the heritage building. Skirmisher, light swordsman, atalantalists. There are 60 archers in that city. I'm not sure if those units can actually take that down. Probably not, if I'm being honest. It sounds unlikely. Did something attack me? Well, I won either way, so it's not, in fact, important. Okay, for the Ottoman clock, I do actually need a C size of 3. That is actually a bit interesting. Either way, Foundry is 8, which means a forge is 5. The engineering school takes 31 turns. Nothing takes, okay. That's 5, so anything that's 6 turns or less is, okay. I think the canoe builder I can shove through for the treadmill crane. Although I probably should build the apprentice workshop first, actually. That's more production efficiency. The foundry is +8 and 55 turns. Yeah, nothing comes close. Well, except for the forge, but the forge does not count here in the calculation. There we go. There's Nadi's efficiency out of the way. Yeah, this one's a quieter game. No session. Okay, there's a lot. Camel herd. Quarry. Yeah, I'll do most of the actions. City. Right, let's get you set up. So, this is the only new city I've built this session. New one. I am, however, in the process of setting up one on the new continent, the big continent. The one that I'm currently exploring, Neo-Niger. Okay, mining camp is 53 turns. The lumber camp is always efficient enough, for now, to be faster than the mining camp, to be more efficient than the mining camp. Quarry. Do I have the forge? Where's the forge? It's weird. Oh, wow. Do I just auto-build forges now? So that's quite neat. +1 production for 15%, so the carpenter is absolutely not worth it yet. And the roper just takes too long, so. I can flesh out the details a bit further later. Okay, let's stop it here. I don't feel I need to go through another turn, so. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot more of how things are set up here. The barbs don't actually have settlers available to them, so they do seem to be doing most of their resource gathering by the way of setting up forts. Snapping up large quantities of territory. At least now I can see most of the map. Like, I can come here and this is what I can see. Yeah, there don't seem to be any lakes except for whatever that is. Yep, this thing. That is, yeah, it's just the weird shape of the land. I mean, this bit's already a little strange. I don't really see, I haven't found any evidence of the lost civs yet, so. I mean, there might be something here, but I find it unlikely. It could be that the cities were burned down. It could also be that they were conquered, and since I don't know the former civ, I don't actually see it. I know Assyrian is not one of them. Oh, geez, you're dealing with heavy pikemen? Well, you've got composite bowmen, so that's good, but I'm not sure if 3 of them and 5 javelineers are going to be enough to defend your city. I've also upgraded the force that took Constantinople into musketmen and lancers and a warlord corporal. And I plan on taking first Cabase and later on down the line maybe Assyrian. Yeah, this could very well be an ancient former capital. I have no way of knowing though. Not without conquering the city and taking a look. Because there is a lake here. I'm pretty sure Oguz is a barbarian city, though. I recognize that culture name. Nandwai might be one, but I still haven't seen any city ruins that might indicate a former city. Oh. Well, I see one now. This might be where someone spawned. Well, if that's the case, then there's zero trace of them left. There's no way to tell what they were before they got taken down. Might be another ruin somewhere, but I'm not sure if I'm able to find it. I only found it out of sheer luck because I was following along these trails and I noticed, hey, that looks weird. Oh. Yeah. This road network. Yep. Stops here. Guess they still haven't bothered connecting it up with Kanesh yet. Well, that might be a long-term project. Ain't much I can do about it. Either way, eventually I'll get to Funo's waterproof concrete set up, although I need to make the concrete mason first. But they're the only city in a condition to do so. Once the concrete mason is built, it's going to take the same amount of turns. So I should, if I remember correctly, stop at that point. Stop the queue, and then once it's done, build it. It is that simple. Anyway, I think I've gone on long enough. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.